Okay, here we are in Pueblo. It's 6:35 in the morning. As you notice, I'm not rushing out anymore. I'm going to start getting up a little bit later, staying up a little bit later, and trying to enjoy the mountains. And the thing is that I'm not fighting the humidity and the heat anymore. So, I mean, the next couple of days will be still hot, but it won't be hot like, Texas hot. And no matter what, the evenings are going to be nice and cool. So camping will always be the preferred mode any chance I can get. And I think I'm going to get a lot of chances. Canyon City is the target. Actually, about 5 miles past Canyon City is where I'm going to try to end up. It looks like the numbers show that 4,600 elevation going up and about 23 down. So there's going to be some up and down hills, but this could be the first test of climbing. So I'm going to take it slow. I'm not going to try to break any records. I just want to make sure that I properly get used to the altitude as well. And I'm going to stop a lot to apply sunscreen. I don't expect to be sweating a whole lot. I noticed today when I washed my clothes in the sink that they're dry. It's drying a lot faster. The last couple of days, well, up until now, for the entire trip, most of the time my clothes weren't fully dry after washing them. But today it was fully dry. So I think this dry air really helps dry clothes out faster. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. Oh, the other thing is that I need to start, I'm going to really start applying sunscreen much more frequently, maybe even 4 times a day, especially on my face. Just because I'm noticing that my nose is staying red. So that's not smart. That's not a good sign. So and I think it'll be easier for me to reapply sunscreen simply because I won't be drenched with sweat and then trying to apply something wet on. I think I'm going to be drier more, which will make it easier for me to apply it. So here I am riding out of Pueblo, and almost the entire trip I've used the high gears on my front cassette. So as I'm coming up a small grade, I started jacking around with the other gears, and I can't switch them. I don't know what's going on. So the extremely low gears, I'm not able to change. So I looked up, Canyon City has a bike shop. I guess I'll just ride there. I don't want to stick around here till 9:30 when these guys open. I figure I'll just ride to Canyon City. There's a lot of elevation, 4,600 and then 23 down, but I mean, I've hit some pretty strong hills, especially through Alabama, so I'll just kind of suck it up and get to Canyon City and get them to kind of take a look at it. Might be something little that I did when I cleaned the chain last. I don't know. I have no idea. This is why you should know how to do simple things on a bike before you go out and do something crazy like this. Morning. It's a beautiful dog. She wants to jump a little bit, so. She wants to run with me, huh? Right. You too. Here's the start. The next phase. "16 miles done. Don't be too impressed. It's been mostly downhill. I think the real beating is in front of me. But yeah, just sitting here taking a break. It's getting warm. I mean, it's supposed to be a high of like 94 today, but I'm not really worried about the temperature. Just because it's dry, 94, we've seen insane temperature, and it's going to get cold at night, predictably, pretty much every night. So all I have to do is just make sure to keep drinking. My buddy John up in Denver, he's kind of warned me that you just got to make sure that altitude sickness doesn't kind of grab hold of you. And the best antidote for that is to make sure that you're loading up on fluids. Plus, I'm going towards the elevation a lot slower than when most people do, so I'm hoping that works to my advantage. Also, false alarm on my gear shifting. I think I just haven't shifted up in that gear or down into that gear enough, and it was just kind of frozen. So I was actually looking down at the gear, and I actually was pushing to the point of where I thought it would break, and I saw it kind of budge down below. So then I pushed it even harder and was able to kind of break it loose, and now I'm moving it back and forth a little bit easier. So all good. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but that's a marijuana plant. Those guys are growing marijuana over there. They actually grow marijuana out in a field like that? I mean, with a fence perimeter like that. Huh. Organic farm. Is that marijuana? Ten o'clock. 23 miles in. Guess they don't all make it. There's something wrong with this bike. There's way too much resistance. With no wind, a slight downhill, and I'm having to work to go 6.8 miles per hour. I don't get it. I have to check. It's very strange. At 27 miles, I thought it might be the tire pressure, and it was. I got to get that figured out too, because the back tire had 28 pounds, and these are not tubeless tires. I was running 90 pounds. So I pulled over to fill up the back tire. And then after I got done, I checked the front tire and it had 30 pounds. So the shop must have adjusted them down, adjusted the front one down after they fixed the back one. And then I look at the side of the rim, and the rim says, oh, maximum tire pressure for this rim is 44 pounds. I was like, what the? So I need to maybe come to this bike shop. I think there's a bike shop here. It's actually a bike shop. Let's see if I can figure this out, because I'm a long ways from a bike shop. It just feels like maybe there's something going on I just can't figure out. I don't hear anything. Try the front. This one has way less resistance on the back tire. Do you think something's going on with this front tire? Is it possible? How could it be? I don't get it. There's one problem. How could that possibly? How could that possibly? Cannot possibly think. I might bet you that was the problem. I'm going to laugh if that's it. minutes, not longer. Yeah, hi, I'm a cyclist wanting to call to see if you have options for camping at your place. Yes, ma'am. I think I got to go 115 a little bit more, but I think I'm probably about an hour away, bicycle-wise.
Okay, very good. Our check-in time is 4 p.m., but, you know, I can ask someone if you can hold just a moment. Hey, Mark?
Yeah.
So we probably cannot do an early check-in, not today. We've just been so swamped. We need to get your...
All right, let's see what we have here. GPS is saying go this way. Why not? Doesn't seem too bad. All right, so I just made my reservation for camping. And it's a really nice place, because it better be a really nice place, because it's as expensive as a hotel. Well, it's as expensive as a cheap hotel. It's $60, but there's electricity at my campsite. There's a restaurant across the street. There's a full bathhouse with showering and water. There's even a place to do laundry. So, and this is for a tent camping. Honestly, it really shouldn't have been any more than 30 bucks for those amenities. And check-ins at 4 o'clock, no exceptions. Which, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's 1:23. It's gonna take me an hour and a half to get there. There's a restaurant next door, not next door, across the highway. Well, it's not really a highway, but across the maybe a busy road that I can always go eat there but generally I like to eat after I shower and get cleaned up. It's actually been pretty hot. I mean, I've been sweating quite a bit today. And this is one of those travel through the park type of paths that lets me cut through a little bit of Canyon City. So I figure I take it probably, well, it can't be 12 miles, but it's probably a couple of miles. But I'll have to kind of investigate cheaper camping options. And I could have easily pushed on further than where I'm going. I'm only going 12 miles out. And I'm just going to be altering a little bit of my my cycle times. So we'll see. Going to have to kind of figure this out and adapt. cute place here. There's a turkey. There's a whole bunch of turkeys. Interesting. Would those be domestic turkeys? They were heading toward a farm. "11 miles to my campsite. I'm taking like a scenic trail that looks like Canyon City has set up. I don't think I'm on it long. I may be on it for less than half a mile more. But I thought I'd sit down here on the bench and just kind of enjoy this river and kind of check things out. Looks pretty cool. Well, there's potentially some rain. It's definitely raining over there. Question is will it come over by me? I doubt it. All right, 3.5 miles to go. I'm almost there. Another 1,000 feet of climbing to do. But yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's been very slow going, mainly because of the tire low pressure thing that I realized. But once I filled them up to proper tire pressure, I'm actually rolling like I normally have been. So that's all good. Well, I'm across the street from the campsite. I just figured I just pulled my bike up, locked it up. It's all packed up. I haven't checked in yet. We're here getting some food first and some liquid.